Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. My name is Millie and today I am testing out a almost full face of body collection products. So I went into Wilko early this week, as I so often do, and I was browsing the body collection stand. They do amazing beauty products for such an affordable price. They're all vegan, they're all cruelty free, and it's so easily accessible with it being in Wilko. There are fantastic options. I picked up a tinted moisturiser, 2 eyeshadow palettes. I swatched them both for you. We'll get into that. I got a liquid blush, a bronzer and a plumping lip gloss. So I tried everything out, everything else that I used on my face, like my brows and mascara and things. I talk you through all of that as well, but I use the most affordable products that I can. Some of them, most of them actually, I think you can get in Wilko too. So let's just jump on into the video. So I'm going to start with the base products first and get all of that done before I start on the eyes, because I got 2 eyeshadow palettes. I got Medusa, which is a beautiful green and blue. These glitters look incredible, and I also got Red Sunset, and I don't know which one I want to use yet. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm going to see how the blush and bronzer and everything looks before I do the eyes. So the first product is the Body Collection Glow Tinted Moisturiser. I got this in the shade Light. I love the packaging. I know that that's not at all important, but I still love it. I think it's really pretty, that holographic across the writing across the front. I think that's really fun. Anyway, this, like I say, is a tinted moisturiser. It says helps skin stay hydrated whilst providing a light tinted glow to the skin. And it says to apply it all over the face for a healthy, dewy glow. So I am going to use a Beauty Eco Tools beauty sponge, because I just think that that's how I will prefer it. I don't know how much coverage this is or anything like that. This is 30 millilitres of product. I got the shade 01 Light, and referring to my receipt, this was £4. So let's see how this looks. I'll put it on the back of my hand first. Okay, so it's quite thick. That is a lot thicker than I was expecting it to be, with it saying that it's a tinted moisturiser. It's also quite a bit darker than I was expecting it to be. I was tanned when I picked out this colour. I have scrubbed off all of my fake tan. Not that you can tell I wasn't that dark anyway, but this was obviously the lightest shade with it saying 01 Light, so let's just see how we get on. Some of that up on my sponge and see how much coverage this gives us. Oh, it smells quite bad, and that is quite orange. I definitely think that this will be one to use when I have my fake tan on. I do feel like it's covering the redness in my cheeks quite nicely. It's very glowy, which I love. And I'm not necessarily looking for something to be a really full coverage. I like a light coverage foundation. So the amount of coverage isn't necessarily what I'm looking at, because of course that's personal preference, but I'm more interested in the finish and how all of the other products layer over the top and things like that. Okay, so this is one layer. I really like how that's looking. It's looking really, really glowy, and now that I've got the colour all over and also all the way down my neck, I don't feel like that looks too bad. It's definitely a warmer tone than my skin tone, but I think that looks really nice. Now I don't know, because it doesn't say, I don't know if this is buildable, so I'm just going to give this a minute to settle down a little bit, and then I will go over with another layer just across the cheeks, this center area sort of here is where I get a lot of redness, so I do just want that knocked back a tiny little bit more. Okay, so that second layer I feel has covered over that redness in the centre of my cheeks a little bit. I love the finish of this. This is so glowy. It doesn't feel to the touch. It doesn't feel like sticky or like too creamy. You know that feeling where you have a really thick like moisturiser on? It doesn't feel like that. It feels really comfortable. Looks so glowy. The tone of it is nice for summer. I definitely think this would be too much in winter, but obviously we're in summer now, so that's not a problem. I don't have a concealer, so I will just go and apply. Which one did I bring over? I didn't bring one over. Oh, that's good. Right, I'll just go and get a concealer. I'll just use a little bit of this one, the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. Just a tiny bit, because I don't want this to overtake the coverage of the foundation. Tinted Moisturiser. So those two have layered together really, really nicely. I think my skin is looking so nice. I'm only one product in and I'm already so happy. So normally I would put a little bit of concealer across the forehead, down the nose, on the chin. I'm not going to do that today, so that we really see how this tinted moisturiser gets on throughout the day, but so far really like that. So next up I will go in with bronzer. This is the Glow Bronzing Powder. It still has the little sticker on it, and this is 12 grams of product for £3. So this is in the shade Light Medium. Again, it's got that beautiful like holographic packaging, and the inside of it is like a marbled, slightly shimmery bronzer, and I think that this will really add, obviously, to all of this glow. So what brush do I want? Before I dive straight on in, I will swatch this. Oh, that is a really nice colour. Yes, I think that that will work beautifully. That is slightly shimmery, but not at all chunky. That has a really beautiful, don't know if you'll be able to see there, can you see that there? A really beautiful like soft glow finish. I'm excited. So I'm going to use this more as like a warming bronzer rather than a sculpting like contour bronzer. I may have to go in with something else, but we'll just add a little bit because obviously that base is already a little bit warm, so I don't want to go too heavy with this. Okay, so this isn't too pigmented. You know, you get those bronzers where it's like, oh, I've got too much on my face just in the tiniest little tap and tiniest little swipe. It's not like that. It's really like buildable. I have gone over the cheeks a few times to build up that colour further back, and it doesn't look too much. It's really subtle. It's still really nice and glowy. It isn't like setting the base products underneath it. It is just adding more beautiful glow. I will keep on trying this because I feel like it's very similar in tone and sort of colour to the tinted moisturiser. I feel like they were a little bit too similar to really get the benefit of it. But I will keep on playing and let you know in the description down below what my thoughts are with this with a different base, because those are just a little bit similar and you can't quite see it as much as I would maybe like on the skin. I wonder if I can pick up, because it's like that marbled sort of design, I'm wondering if I can pick up just more of the darker colour. Yes, a little bit. That works a bit better. So next up, I'm so excited about this one. This is the liquid blush in the shade Coral Pink. Again, the packaging. I just love the design of these, and this liquid blush was £2.50. Now I don't know how many shades they released of anything. I don't know how many they had of this liquid blush. I could only see 2 in my local Wilko's. So the other one was a very red, I think it was called Rouge. It was very red, whereas I prefer more of a pinky tone, so that's why I picked this one up in Coral Pink. This colour just spoke to me a bit more. I can't get into this packaging. So it says, apply a small amount to cheeks. apply a small amount to cheeks. That's all you have to do. So let's see what type of applicator this is. Oh, okay. So it's like a lip gloss, sort of. Doe foot? I don't know what it is. It's that sort of applicator. It's sort of curved. Interesting. Okay, so let's just apply it to the cheeks like it says. Again, this has a very strong smell of like poster paint. Do you remember that from school? That is very, very strong. I feel like I need more instructions. Right, let's just go for it. Maybe the sponge isn't the best option for that. Because I think that that's all just come off on my sponge, right? Do I try it with my hands? Okay, so it's subtle. It is subtle, but that colour is pretty. It's a very like warm corally pink. I don't want to bring it too far forwards. Yeah, that's pretty. So that's with the blusher and without. It's added a little flush of something. So let's do the same on the other side. Yeah, it's pretty. It's nothing groundbreaking. I thought that that colour would maybe be a bit more like impactful with that colour. It's quite sheer. It does still feel a little bit sticky, but this might make a really nice base for other powder blushes to go onto the top of. The colour's nice. It feels fine. It was easy enough to apply with your fingers, but that colour is just a little bit wishy-washy for someone who likes a lot of blush. Okay, so that was all of the base products. I'm quickly just going to go off and do my brows. I didn't have a new product from Body Collection for my brows, so I'm going to just go in with the Collection Incredibrow and the XX Revolution Brow Gel. So I'll be back when I've got some brows on my head. So that's the brows on. While we're here, I'm just going to put a little bit of the Revolution Pro CC Pressed Perfecting Powder just down the centre, because I feel like that's a little bit much for right down the middle of my face. So I'm just going to set really lightly, just a really small amount under my eyes and down the sides of my nose, and then also just the rest of the centre of the face. That looks better, doesn't it? Just that targeted glow rather than everywhere. I mean, it's still very glowy on the cheeks and everywhere else, but where you don't want to be glowy, that has set down really nicely. That's not looking chunky or textured or anything like that. It still looks really smooth. It still looks glowy, but just less so down the centre. So really like that. I like that more now that I've set it. Just that tiny little bit of setting powder made all the difference. That just looks more considered glow rather than sweaty mess. So I only picked up one lip product. This is the Nude Collection Plumping Lip Gloss. I don't know if this is new or if this is one that they've had for a while. This is 5 millilitres of product for £2.50. So I got this in the shade Sugar and Spice, but this is what the packaging looks like. You can see the colour. It's just, I think it will be quite a sheer pink, just wash of colour, and that's what I love in a lip gloss. I have so many like this. I love them all. Ooh, this smells like mint, but like a sweet mint, like a mint ice cream. Ooh, that's really interesting. I like it. It's different to like the other glosses that I've got that all sort of smell like vanilla and cake and things like that. Very different smelling. The colour is not too overpowering. That's just a really pretty gloss. It doesn't look like it does in the tube. It's very sheer. That is starting to plump. I'm feeling that. It's not painful, not at all painful, but that is starting to tingle a little bit. We'll see how this goes whilst I do the eyes. So I will swatch both of these palettes first and then see what we fancy. So I'll start with obviously the blue one, because you know what I'm like with like blues and green eyeshadows. I love them. I don't know why they always put these little sponge tip applicators in. Does anybody use them? I haven't used one of these little applicator things since I was a very small child, so I don't know why they always put those in. So like I say, I will swatch these and I'll start with Medusa. So the top two are glittery. Wow, okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that. And I don't really know where to swatch these, so I will go here. One. Okay. Two. Oh. Wow. They're incredible. Okay. Noted. So then we have another shimmer. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a really interesting colour. That's like not quite blue, not quite grey. Ooh, that's pretty. And then this one is a matte shade, so let's see how this one goes. I will just go over that one twice, as I often do with matte shades. Oh yes, that's a nice like muted sort of blue shade. Oh, I've got that all over my arm further down now. Oh good. Yes, that's a really pretty matte shade. Ooh, I like that. And then the last two down at the bottom are like gold. So we've got a shimmer, like a glittery one, and a matte. So let's see how these go. This shimmer glittery one almost has, I mean, it's gold. It is gold, but it has a sort of green shift to it. Let's see how this swatches. Yeah, can you see where that's like catching the light? That almost looks like gold and green. Oh, that's really pretty. Right, and then the matte shade. Oh wow, that is just one dip in. I don't think I'm going to go over that one again. That is a really pretty but also very useful shade, because often in like blue and green palettes I have found in my years of research and experience that they don't often have a transition shade. That will be the perfect transition shade to use with those shimmers. Right, let's do the same on the other arm for the purpley pinky palette. This one is called Red Sunset, and I am so excited by this shade up at the top. I think that that is going to, well, I'm hoping that that's going to look really, really beautiful swatched. So again, let's start at the top and work our way down. This one has 3 mattes and 3 shimmery, glittery shades, which I generally prefer. I like having a good selection of matte shades as well as like a sprinkling of glitter, because you need those matte shades to build up the look and then just have that pop. So although shimmers are beautiful and we love them and we are here for them, it's good to have the mattes to build the look, you know? So I will swatch these ones. Oh, that feels so creamy, that one. Very, very interested by this. This is the matte shade, the top row. Yes, that's pretty. I've made a complete mess of that swatch, I do apologise. And then the shimmer, like this almost feels like a foil. Oh yes, that's pretty. That is such an interesting shade. I don't feel like that's even, oh there you go. That is catching the light so beautifully. It's like deep purple and gold and lilac. I love that. So the next ones down are more sort of peachy, warm, orangey tones. So this is the matte one. I will swatch that one twice. That's really pretty. I love that. Oh, I really, really like that. And then the next one over is more of like a bronzy. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that bronzy shade. That is so warm and oh, juicy, summery. Yes. I think that those colours as well, They are going to go amazingly with blue eyes. I think I've sold myself on which one I want to use today. And then the last two, so this is a really beautiful pinky peachy shade. That definitely feels brighter, definitely more pink than this one. Obviously, I mean, you can see, but it definitely feels cohesive with the other mattes. And then this last shade in the pan looks really straight up gold. Oh yes, it is. Ooh, that looks really nice. I think I am sold on which ones I want to use. Can you tell? I think I want to do just something sort of orangey, peachy, goldy, maybe with a bit of this bronze, because that is really pretty. So let me just clean this up before I get this all over myself. These are all of the swatches. They're both beautiful. They're both really bright, really pigmented. That top swatch on the purple side is a complete mess. I can only apologise. That was my fault, not the product's fault. So I think I'm going to use this one. I keep forgetting the name. Red Sunset. I think I'm going to use that one today. If you want to see me use the blue one, the Medusa one, then comment down below, because I will definitely play with that one soon, but that's one for another day. I think I will just do maybe just like a really simple, when do I do anything that's simple even on an everyday basis? So I think I'm going to use these two matte shades, do something really warm, really smoky, and then decide if I want the bronze or the gold for like a pop of shimmer. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to start with that matte orangey shade on a fluffy brush. It does look quite powdery as I'm tapping into it, but did I even say how much these were? They are £2.50. I don't think I said that, did I? I'm fairly certain I didn't. I do apologise. Right, let me zoom you in so that you can actually see what I'm doing, and I can sit back in my chair because it hurts my back sitting up, okay? So I have that orangey shade on the brush. I will just got a bit of creasing, so I will tap that off and then just work that through the crease. So I've brought this right in, sort of to the crease, even as far as the inner corner, to make this really warm and smoky. But that is the prettiest, warmest, orangey, peachy tone. That's so pretty. So I'm going in with the same brush into the pinkier shade, and I'm going to see if I can sort of build this up a little bit further down. So I don't want to blend it up as high as I blended that orange, but let's just see if I can just create a little bit of depth with that pinky shade. So you can see the difference just in that one like dip and one blend without the pink and with the pink. This looks so much more vibrant. It's got that depth on the outer corner. I really like this palette so far. So I'm happy with how that orange is going into that pink, is going just into nothing, sort of on the middle and inner corner of the eye. I think that this looks so good. This looks like a sunset on my eyes. I'm so happy with this. And as well, worth noting, there's not a drop of fallout on my skin. There's nothing where I don't want it to be. This, although it seems very powdery, and indeed it is very powdery, let me just show you what the palette is looking like. So you can see that these are very powdery in the pan now. I don't mind that because it isn't falling down onto the face when you tap off the brush. It is just laying down the colour where you want it to go. This is very impressive. So I'm thinking about what shimmer I want to use, and I'm actually debating whether to use this purple one, or is there a blue one? Oh, maybe this one. No, I don't want to use two palettes, no, that's annoying. I think I'm going to try that purple one. This could go horribly wrong, but we're going to try it out. They put all of these colours in the same palette, so they should work in theory. So I have some of that on my finger, and I'm just going to tap this on to the inner corner of the lid and across to the centre. Okay, so I think that that's a little dark for me for the inner corner. Like, I don't know, this one seems brighter now because I have that darker purple on the lid and on that inner corner. So I'm going to have to do the same to the other eye, but I would maybe not do that again. Okay, no, I don't hate it. I think my issue here is I don't like that purple here on that lower lash line on the very inner corner, because that looks a little bit bruisey, a little bit like a black eye. So I'll just take that off with some micellar water on a cotton bud, and then I will just tap a little bit of highlight. Now I didn't get a highlighter. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know what was wrong with me, okay? So I'm just going to use the Goddess of Love highlighter from Revolution and just tap a little bit of this onto that inner corner and sort of along the lower lash line a little bit, just to brighten that back up again, distract from the darkness that I've accidentally put all over the lid. So one last blend over all of that with just a clean fluffy brush, and I'm actually okay with how that turned out. Okay, I'm not mad now that I have that inner corner highlighter in. I feel like that balance just changes everything. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of eyeliner. So this isn't a new one, but it is from Wilko, so I thought I would try and use this one today. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in 01 Black Fever. I really like these, and like I said, they're from Wilko. They're really affordable. I have lots of different colours, so I'm just going to, I can't do this on camera, I'm just going to tight line the upper lashes. Okay, so what was meant to be just the tight line has now turned into a smoky wing, but we're going with it, okay? Then I am going in with the Essence Another Volume Mascara, just better. I have a whole review of this on my channel, another one that you can get from Wilko, really affordable, but I'm not going to talk too much about that because I do have a whole review. I will link it up here. So don't mind if the outer corners are looking a little bit different. I just had to go over the top of those because I got mascara all over my lid, as I always do. But I think that's my eyes done. So I will zoom you back out again and let's go over our final thoughts. I will also say I've had this lip gloss on for quite a while. It did start tingling. The tingling has completely stopped now. I've probably had this on honestly for about half an hour, maybe even longer than that. How long have I been filming? Yes, I've definitely had it on for longer than that. Oh my gosh, I've been rambling so much. But the tingling definitely subsided very quickly. It subsided a lot quicker than any other plumping lip gloss that I've used before. It was very subtle tingling. The colour is really subtle. It just looks like a clear gloss. The colour doesn't look like anything on the lips. I do feel like I need more blusher. I always feel like I need more blusher, but let's just try and layer this up. I wonder if I use a brush. Let's use a brush. Has that added more colour? Probably. That has blended it out so much better than the sponge. So I think one last dust of powder just over the centre where I just put that extra blusher, because obviously that's a liquid, so it's liquidy and glowy. I think I'm done. I'm so happy with how the eye look has turned out. So now that all of that is on, I feel like this foundation is really, well, sorry, it's not foundation. I got told off on one of my other videos for calling tinted moisturiser, or was it a BB cream? I think it was a BB cream. I got told off for calling it a foundation. It is the foundation of your makeup, the foundation in the layers. I'm sorry that I sometimes call it a foundation when it's not, okay? I'm not a robot. So the tinted moisturiser, I feel like that looks really pretty. The colour is slightly off. The colour is a little bit warm, but through the summer I'm hopefully only going to get a little bit more tanned, so I feel like this will definitely get used. It feels really hydrating and really comfortable on the skin. The concealer, that obviously wasn't a Body Collection concealer, went over the top really, really nicely. That is a concealer that I use all the time. It does perform really, really well, but knowing that it works with this so beautifully is obviously a plus point. The highlights for me here are definitely the eyeshadows. They are incredible. And how much did I say that they were? £2.50. So the tinted moisturiser was £4, the bronzer was £3, the eyeshadows were £2.50, the liquid blush was £2.50, the lip gloss was £2.50, and that is all I got. Yeah, so this is my nearly full face of Body Collection products. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see a look with these blue and green shadows. I'm obviously going to do it anyway, but let me know if that's something that you want to see. Let me know if you've picked up any of the Body Collection products. I think that these are fantastic for the price. I will of course keep on playing. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing down below. I am really, really close to 400 subscribers, or at the point of filming, I'm very close to 400 subscribers. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.